Hey folks, welcome to Burl Sports 1956 Topps Complete Set Group. This is not 1956. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's obviously 1969. Complete Set Group Break. Thanks for buying in. Thanks for tuning in. We've got, let's see, David Engdahl was the winner of our free spot. So congrats to David. Thank you for tuning in. Got a couple live viewers already. I'm sure more of you will hop on. But few new folks with us. So what I'll do is I will give you a quick rundown of how we do things. So however many spots you bought, that's how many times your name is in this list. So this is a no variation set, so basic Topps 69 set, so 664 cards, 664 names in our list. There we go. So if you bought one spot, your name's in here once. If you bought 50 spots, your name's in here 50 times and everywhere in between. So what we do is we use random.org's list randomizer. If you've never checked that out, go to random.org list randomizer. And so we'll paste that list of 664 names here. We'll randomize it 3 times. And it'll be that third time that sticks. Then we'll paste that random list right here next to our checklist. So whichever random name comes out on top, we'll get card number 1. Whichever random name comes out second, we'll get card number 2, and so on. I'll make that a little bit smaller for you. All right. So we won't read through every card in the set, but I do have a good 25, 26, 27 cards, something like that, here for us to check out. And then I'll post a full table sorted by customer name, so that you can see exactly which cards you got, all in a nice, easy format. But without any further ado, we'll get started. Also, if you've never checked out our giveaways, we do give away a free spot in every break. Check out the Facebook page for that. Really easy to join the giveaways. But all right, so what we'll do is we'll paste that list right here. Again, we'll randomize it 3 times. Here's time number 1. Time number 2. And the third random's here. So this is the one that sticks. We'll copy paste this one right next to our checklist. I'll delete these 2 extra cells up top so we're lined up 1 to 1. All right. So batting leaders card. Card number 1 goes to Troy Kearney. So that's American League. Carl Yastrzemski leading the way there. Right. Go ahead and look at the National League batting leaders as card number 2. That goes to James DeLong. Some guy named Pete Rose. Apparently he was pretty good at hitting the ball. Then next up, we will look at Ernie Banks at card number 20. So Banks goes to Nathan Lindgren. So there's Mr. Cobb. Next up, we'll look at Roberto Clemente. He's card number 50 in this set. Interesting note about the 1969 set is we see that Kevin Bear gets the Clemente. The 69 set, so the Major League Baseball Players Association was newly formed, and Topps had a really hard time getting agreement done, so they ended up using a lot of archive photographs. So they didn't have much from the 68 season because of that new association. Next card we're looking at is number 95, by the way, Johnny Bench. And that goes to James DeLong. So there's a Bench second-year card for you, James. Next up, we'll look at 100, Hank Aaron. And Aaron goes to Greg G. Greg, I've forgotten. We went over this before. But yeah, so that's when you see lots of airbrush logos and things, because Topps was using archive photos from previous seasons, which is pretty interesting. All right, then next card we'll look at is Pete Rose, card number 120. Here's the Rose, and that goes to Kevin Bear. Then next up, we have Carl Yastrzemski, 130. Also goes to Kevin Bear. So 3 hits there for Kevin so far. Good start to the break for you. All right. Next up, we have 255, Steve Carlton. That goes to Michael Fickle. Right, then we have our first key rookie card here in Reggie Jackson at card 260. It goes to Troy Kearney. So SGC 60 example on the Jackson. So urban legend around the Jackson card is that he had bought up a ton of his own rookie cards, and that a bunch of them just got destroyed in a house when his house burned down. I don't know. I guess that was several years ago at this point, but I don't know how many he had, but pretty interesting little factoid. Next up, we've got card 440, Willie McCovey, and that goes to Troy Kearney. So if you are into master sets, McCovey is one of those cards that's got the white letter variation. So it's one of those pretty interesting sets for the master set builders out there, between all the photoshopped team logos and white letter variations. Lots of cool stuff going on. Next up, we'll look at Tom Seaver at card 480. That goes to Bobby Hilo. There's the Seaver. All right, now up next is the Mick. PSA 5, yellow letters. Nice mid-grade card. New PSA label there. But the Mick at card number 500 goes to Jay Otley. Nice card, Jay. You're newer to the break, so congratulations on a big Mantle hit. Very nice addition to a collection there. Right, next up, you've got card 510. Rod Carew goes to Troy Kearney. Then my personal favorite card in the set is card 533, Nolan Ryan. And so Orion goes to Kevin Bear. Wow, Kevin. Big break for you. Another nice Hall of Fame hit. PSA 5 on the Nolan. All right. Then we've got card 550 up next. Brooks Robinson. That goes to Matt Pottle. And Jim Palmer's up next at 573. Goes to Jason Call. Next up, we've got 597. It's the Raleigh Fingers rookie card. Goes to James DeLong. And at 630, we've got Bobby Bonds. Goes to Greg Gee. You go, Greg. And then the last, but certainly not least card we'll look at is the Bat Boy error card. Aurelio Rodriguez goes to Greg McDougal. So this is not Mr. Rodriguez after all. He is the Angels Bat Boy. But most people think there are a couple urban legends around this one, but most convincing theory I've read was that it's tied to the lack of availability of photos. So photographer just snapped one of the Bat Boy, sent it in, said, hey, can't put a picture of Mr. Rodriguez, here you go. Here's the Bat Boy instead. But anyways, pretty interesting stuff. Really fun set. Thanks for buying in. Thanks for tuning in to watch the live broadcast. I'll get the recording as well as a full table of results posted here in a few minutes, and I'll email you out a link. Cards should ship out by the end of the week, and look for 54 Bowman to go on sale on Friday. Thanks again. This is Burl with Burl Sports signing off.